Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Legion Lads. I am your host, JR. Today we got Jose, Nick, and Rob. What's going on, guys?
Hello.
Hello.
So, a couple things. I want to give a shout out to Jacob. Jacob is throwing a Legion IS tournament at the Intergalactic ConQuest on April 12th. It's a one-day event. It's capped at 16 people, and that's in Sacramento. And on the 13th, they'll be hosting teams of three or team tournament, sorry, which is a team of three and it's capped at five teams.
All right.
Uh, yeah, that seemed pretty exciting. I know Rob, you showed interest in doing the teams. Kind of want
I
to do
mean,
the
I'm
teams
interested
to
in
think about.
going, but it's like all these things. It's like I don't want to drive up alone because it's especially because it's a 2 day. If it was a 1 day, it's like I could drive up, drive back. But if I want to do teams, let's get some more
Yeah,
locals to go. So I actually have somebody book an Airbnb with, and then play in the team tournaments with, like a Mr. JR who could actually help me win the team tournament, right? So I don't know, like.
the team aspect is very appealing because it would be cool
I
to
love that
represent
format.
as the Legion lads. Yeah. So
Well, and it's
Jose,
cool because you just put people that are good against the list that they're good against, right?
mhm.
And that's what I like about it.
Yeah, yeah. So that's something to think about. But Jacob did manage to talk to the convention people, and he's got a bundle going on because you have to pay for the IS and the team separate, and then the pass to get into the convention.
Hmm.
If you want to do all three, there's a bundle deal, and that's going on through March 15th, March 16th.
Okay.
We will have the links for that in the comments or the description box. So check that out. If any of our local players want to go to that, or any of the surrounding cities that hear this want to go to that, should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
If anybody's
yeah,
looking for a teammate, let me know.
yeah, or want to go against us as a team. If we go, that'd be cool.
Well, I mean, it'd be cool if we could go as a team, but
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
have like lives and kids and stuff, so that's kind of
That's
pathetic and
that's honestly
means you
the
can't.
hard part, right? If I, if this game is out in my 20s, I'd be all over that, right?
Yeah, that's
He'd
why I
be in
love
his
it. It's my
Yeah,
prime.
20s,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Also on that note, guys, April 5th is the next Legion Lads tournament. It's gonna be at 9 a.m. is registration, 10 a.m. is round starts. $20 to enter. So anybody that's listening, our locals, please go. Representing the Legion Lads and the Star Wars Legion is always awesome. And then the surrounding cities, if you guys want to try to take the first place from me, please do.
Oh,
Um,
wow. Look at that slide, right? Oh, I got first place last time. Look
Hey,
at that.
Justin took it from me. Tournament one. I needed to get it the second time. But on that note, yeah, please come April 5th. And then thank you again, Rob, Roman, and Legends for throwing another awesome tournament. We had a blast.
Thanks
And
again. Did you even say thank you last time?
do you not listen to the podcast?
Actually, I did, and I didn't hear it, so I'm kidding, by the way.
I was about to say, you're tripping. I know I said thank you guys.
Jerry, you have to say please, okay? Did you even say please once?
That's true. Probably not to say please. That's true. But yeah, I alluded to earlier, your boy got first place.
Mhm.
Now, Nick, are you ready to take back
Was
your
it
words?
definitive? Was it definitive
It
or
was
was it
definitive
you?
because
It
we
was
only had
definitive.
Mhm.
It was
six
definitive.
people, so
Yeah.
Okay.
So
he
Nick,
clubbed a baby seal to get first place for the record. Just
oh
putting
well,
it out
no,
there.
he ain't no baby seal because he got to the top two. So
Who?
how did a
Who?
baby seal get to the top two?
I don't know. He said
You're
he's
not
Who?
pretty
Who? Who?
new.
you're not no baby seal. I actually talked to it was Eli. Eli.
Eli, yeah, from
Um,
Modesto.
yeah, he's a good player. I was talking to him about it because when I got to play him for the final game, I wanted to like gauge his experience on it. And he said he's been playing the game a long time. He's relatively new to 2.6.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. He's been playing for a while. 2.6, he hasn't got a whole lot of games in, and so I don't, I did go a little crazy on that. So, but yeah, Nick, I got a bone to pick with you.
Yeah,
Are you ready to take back your words? Because Nick's words were
yeah.
CIS is only a coordinated army. I took a
Mhm.
list that they have no coordinate.
Good,
So,
good.
I mean, he was
so
wrong. Just period. Right? 2.6 B2s have been more common than B1s. Like, I don't know.
Well, just so you know, I want you to play without coordinate always, even if you bring a unit with coordinate. Just so you know. So even if you bring B1s against me, you still can't use coordinate.
I really wanted to play you because I wanted to know, like, all right, if I play Nick, I wonder if he's gonna have fun with this. So like, am I finally gonna play against Nick? And he's gonna be like, that was a fun this year.
Well,
Good
I can arrange
job.
that for next time. So just let me know.
Oh,
Golly.
don't
For
arrange
a
the
price.
pairings.
For a price.
For a price. Slip
Well,
him a
according
20.
to JR, he's gonna jump on the Shadow Collective bandwagon with the rest of us.
Yeah, so
Ooh.
I've been thinking about Shadow Collective. I've been thinking about the Ewoks. I've been thinking about
Don't do Ewoks.
Asajj Dooku. I don't know, man. There's just
Do
so many I'm thinking.
Ewoks.
You
You
don't
played
even
that
have-
what
You
once?
You don't even
boring.
have enough Ewoks.
Oh, not yet. But
Oh, I got the tab already.
You're not gonna have them. You're not gonna have them by that soon.
Oh, are you
that
doubting
depends on
me,
who's
Nick?
there. Oh,
Do you realize I did 90 plus B1s in a week?
Holy.
he literally did. I literally
Did you
said,
charge him for like speed fee? Because if you
No,
didn't, you should
Jose's-
have.
No,
Jose's
dude,
got
I'm
my
just
back.
I got his paint scheme is already in my notes, and I as a CIS player, like I can build B1s hella fast. Like I don't know
Oh,
why
that's
people are
right.
like
He makes you build them too.
I don't know why. That's why he comes to me, because everybody else charges like an extra like $50 for building. I don't do that. I have fun building them. I like building them. I don't see why people are like B1s are like trash to build. Like I have, it's just so simple to put together. I love it.
Yeah, but I mean, right now it's what, April 12th? If I get them
No. No,
soon-ish.
it's
Well,
the
it's, well, it's,
5th.
well, it's March 12th. Well,
Oh,
today's March 12th.
March.
The,
I
the
don't know.
tournament's April 5th.
Thank
Yeah, I could get
yeah,
it
yeah.
done.
Well, no, I'm saying April 12th because I have the Jacobs shout out.
Oh,
Yeah, so
Um,
it's a week before that, right? So if you're going
Yeah.
to Jacob's thing, you can come to our tournament, get some practice in, and then the next weekend go up there, right?
That's true. Very true.
Yeah.
and you're killing me with these tournament dates. Another one before April 15th. You're killing me.
What's on April 15th?
What's April 15th?
We get the cards.
Oh,
We get-
that's right.
get-
duh.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so to be
Uh,
fair, this was entirely determined by the fact that Roman and I
know,
looked at the
I know.
calendar and it's like, all right, I'm out this weekend, or Roman
Yeah.
being I'm out this weekend, and this weekend. All right, I guess we're doing the 5th. Like, there was no choices there. And honestly, I think it'd be good to get one final tournament in before the changes.
No, no.
Nick is done. Nick is done. Okay. Got it.
I'm gonna
Enjoy
be
your
so
sleepers
upset.
while you can. They're gonna go up to 90 points.
I don't
Enjoy
care about
it.
sleepers.
Enjoy
I
the
don't
Aquas.
care about sleepers.
Enjoy the
I'm
aquas
not
while
even-
they're still
What
cheap.
do you mean enjoy the aquas? I agree with you. They should be upcharged.
No, that's why I'm telling you
don't-
to enjoy them. I'm not even saying like you don't think that,
You
right?
know
But
what,
this is your chance
Rob?
to enjoy it.
You make a good point. I'm bringing Aquas in the tournament.
No,
You bring a good point.
That was for everyone
You-
else.
Yeah, you bring a good point. I just realized, like, I'm having a lot of fun with the Aquas, and it's just like
They're too good. That's why.
They're so
They
good.
should not have
They're
infiltrate,
so
or they should
good.
not be so cheap. Like one of these
They're-
things.
they're
Like
so good.
They're
I
they're
love
not
them.
they're
Ugh.
not they're not changing aquas.
They're
Anything.
not gonna change aquas.
No,
They
they're not
will.
changing
They won't.
No,
Yeah.
they won't.
I
They won't.
guarantee they do.
Ooh, hold on, hold on.
I guarantee they won't.
I want to see if
Let's
they
have
do
a
any
wager. Wait.
changes to Shadow
Are
Collective.
we
That's what I
wagering
wanna see.
live?
I think Nick and Rob should wager something.
What do we
Nick
wager?
doesn't bet.
Eh,
Oh,
eh,
do you have a
Just-
special edition Grogu?
Just pride. We're just wagering.
Wait, Nick, do you have
No,
the do you have
you
the
know-
special Grogu?
Yeah, the soup cup Grogu. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
No,
say I
you-
have one of those. I haven't even put together. Thanks,
you know what
Grayson.
the wager should be? The wager should be that whoever loses, the other person has to make their list for the next tournament.
Oh, well, that's no crime to me. I make terrible lists.
Rob's not gonna like
I was
that.
gonna say, wait, that seems one dimensional there.
That'd be hilarious because if
Oh wait,
Rob-
but what if I make Nick a good list?
exactly. That's
Okay,
exactly
I'm
what
down. I'm
gonna
down
say.
for this. Yeah, let's do it, Nick.
Go do it,
Uh,
Nick.
the stipulations are it has to be stuff that we own.
Well,
All
yeah,
right?
of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can't
No
be
making me go out and
something-
buying stuff before the next
No.
tournament.
He's gonna
if
turn
you
Nick
win.
into a god, dude.
So that'd be hilarious. He
He's
just
gonna smash
steamrolls me.
JR.
Like, this is what I've been talking about, guys. This is how good Nick is.
He's gonna.
But okay,
table
but to be
JR.
clear, if you do, right, whoever gives the other person a list, they have to try as hard as they can to win, right?
Well,
I feel like I need to make
no
that
one-
stipulation with Nick.
I don't
Oh,
think. Yeah.
Like,
I always try to win. I never
Yeah.
don't not.
so
try
you're
to win.
because you're not a I don't try to win during the game kind of guy. You're
No.
a, I'm gonna make a list that's less than optimal and then play it the
Yeah.
best I can
I
kind of
don't
guy.
I don't make a list to be optimal. When I pick
Right.
units, I'm not picking units because I'm trying to craft a list to be optimal. I'm picking units because I want to play that unit. I want to play this unit. I'm not picking units because of
Okay.
a reason to be optimal. Yeah.
Right.
So it's
Whereas
funny.
I'm like, is this unit good? No. All right, into the trash.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I'll say that's interesting. That's interesting. Sure. Okay, we get to make each other's
Yeah,
whoever
that's like
wins.
such a low key wager,
That's a
right?
low key wager. Gets to make the other
Yeah.
person's list for a tournament. If yeah,
For a local
Yeah.
tournament, right? We're not
Yeah,
making
local,
LVO lists.
local,
for
yeah.
LVO, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, though a big bet later on that might be
I'm
kind
gonna
of
buy
fun to
Riot
do.
Troopers, Nick, and you make him play Riot Troopers.
So yeah, for
Yeah.
the next tournament, yeah, Aquas are not changing on April 15th. They're not.
Okay, so yeah, I'm saying they are in some way, shape, or form.
After April 15th, correct? So
Well, so
Well,
on whatever
the
the date
April
is
15th
that they
update,
make.
yeah, the April
okay.
update, the April update, which
So
I think
this-
I'm pretty sure they said was April 15th. Like I'm pretty sure they said like that date. So
isn't that a Monday? Oh, sorry, no, never mind. I'm still thinking.
Doesn't
we're in
matter. It doesn't
April.
matter, right? Like
Yeah.
the April
are they doing
change.
Yeah,
points
the-
changes
the-
too?
So the April changes is points changes. It's not. Oh, and the new cards, but I'm not saying
And the
they're
new
going to change
cards.
the Aqua card, right? I'm saying they're going to change the points,
Right.
which
yeah, and I'm saying they're not changing the points. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I just think that like whereas Riots are like, oh, this is kind of like they see
Mhm.
Riots as kind of not good. Aquas are clearly undercosted in the new game.
I
Yeah,
just don't like seeing 14 Axe CIS lists with 2 Aquas with heavy guns.
Yeah,
That's
it's
annoying.
ludicrous.
I don't think they see any problem with Aquas. Yeah, they're
Well,
not
then I
Because they're
sure
white
hope Dark
saves.
Troopers get a points reduction because man, are they?
Yeah.
Anyways,
But you get the cheat shenanigans with the
the pass tokens, it's good. It's
They're
good. I'm
gonna
not
nerf
going to
that.
deny
Watch
it.
them nerf that. They're
I
gonna,
love that
and
list.
not that's
Rob.
not as it. That's
All
not
right, all right.
Yeah.
Let's talk tournament,
Well, okay,
right?
so yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I love that list, Rob. I know you don't.
I guess
like
I'm
it too
going
much.
first. And I feel like I should have opened the list up on Tabletop Admiral real quick. But my list for this weekend was basically all right. I love Dark Troopers, right? My first list in the game had a Dark Trooper squad in it, right? I think they're a really cool unit to play, right? Do I always think they're the best unit? No. Arguably, they're in a really bad spot right now. They're overcosted, and because they can only move speed 1, there are a lot of objectives where they can't contribute to scoring. And when you're bringing Dark Troopers, you don't have the points to get other units to score, which is what happened in my game against JR, which we'll talk about in a moment. So my list was called Los Robos Hermanos. Thank you to Roman for helping me fix the name. For those that don't know, Giancarlo Esposito was also in Better Call Saul
Gus
and
Fring.
Breaking Bad, most as the Chicken Man, because he had Los Pollos Hermanos. That was his store. So I have Moff Gideon, also played by him, with Improvised Orders, Dark Saber, and E-Gear. Krennic with Improvised Orders. 3 Naked Storms, which actually rolled way more crits than they should have, as they always do. An IRG, which is an Imperial Royal Guard with Electrostaff, Protector, and Environmental Gear. And then 3 Dark Troopers with Frag and Assault Cannon. No retinue. I took the retinue out for Protector, which I don't think I need. And 2 Improvised Orders. And I loved the Improvised Orders. Like, my opponents are like, wait, how do you get all the stuff you know? They're like, wait, you used Improvised Orders again? I'm like, yep, they both got it. And then there are a couple of times I used it 3 times in a round because I go with Krennic and I like give out a name with Spotter and then I recover and then I do it again. And they're like, how did you do it 3 times? I'm like, well, because you can recover it. It was so good. Like, I love Improvised Orders. It gave my list a semblance of order control. It was amazing. But the general just behind my list is I either blow you off the table or you win.
So I honestly disagree with you on that. You can't get to most objectives because most people in a round can move twice. You could do the same thing.
Speed 1.
Sure, but you're still doing it twice. Like that's the same
Sure.
applies for. Let's do Commander Vader. I think Commander Vader, if you don't take versus speed, can get to an objective at least.
Well, he also
not
has
to-
Infiltrate.
Well, if you don't infiltrate, I'm talking about just on
No,
the
if you don't
board.
infiltrate, Vader's not doing anything for like 3 rounds.
I would say 2.
With no burst of speed
If,
and
if
no
you
infiltrate?
if you just double move those 2 rounds, I think you get to an objective. I would have to measure it out, right? The only one.
Yeah,
that
so
probably
when I
hurts you
was
is-
measuring it out this weekend, like there were a lot of objectives where I'm like, oh, I can't reach this until like turn 3. Even if all I do is move exactly towards it, no worrying about hiding behind LOS, nothing like that, just straightforward, right? And that's everything from close the pocket that's shifting priorities. Well, actually,
But
shifting
can't
is actually
you
fine most of the time.
can't
Yeah.
you double move with the Dark Trooper, then pop their keyword and then move again? So it's like,
What?
right? Your Dark Troopers you can move twice, right? In
So
one
you can
turn.
only move once on your turn.
Mhm.
They
And
have
okay.
they have plotting, which says you can only move once per
Oh
turn.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you can
Okay.
only move once period on your turn.
I'm
I
gonna
actually think they should get rid of plotting on them, but that's
ooh.
They
probably a hot take.
I'm gonna
Mm.
measure it out, and I'm gonna find out what
Plotting is a
objective they can't get by
terrible.
turn 2. Because I agree with you.
Well, two
If,
speed
if,
one move
if
is a little bit further than the speed
All
two.
I know is I can't get to the enemies recover the research until turn 3, and that's what lost me my first game. So that's
right.
going out of the list, right? Like that's
Yeah,
out. So
yeah,
it's
that's
probably
true. Yeah.
fine on a lot of them. Like breakthrough, it's fine.
You don't
Shifting, it's
take their
actually
teleport
fine.
card. You
What
don't
was
take
that?
their you don't take their teleport card to just teleport one
So I
like early
do,
game.
right? But it doesn't matter because there's an like the enemy units are there. Because you have to be outside of range 2 of the enemy units, and if the enemy unit is on the point,
But what I'm
right,
saying is
then
if there's a safe spot for you to place one behind,
there almost never is.
couldn't you play
Yeah.
the teleport card turn one and then
You can't
just
play
go
it turn
from there?
one.
You can't play turn 1.
Oh, okay. What
Yeah.
okay. My
You
bad. I
can
didn't
only
know
play
that.
it on turn 2 and be like it literally says you cannot play this turn 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They have to be on the board.
Yeah. Well, not because of that. It just the card says they
Yeah.
cannot be
Yeah.
played turn 1. That it's been like that since the old rules,
But
right?
that's probably to stop doing the old shenanigans from the first version. I could see that
Correct.
changing.
Probably, yeah. But either way, right? Like their speed is problematic, though not game ending. And again, they do a lot, they shoot a lot of dice, and it takes a lot of attrition to get through until they're not shooting enough dice to be scary.
Right.
And that's kind of the foundation of the list is I'm going to shoot a bunch of dice at you, and law of averages says eventually you're going to have to roll blanks. Did not work against JR, but it
I don't
worked against other
know.
people pretty well.
I don't
Um,
know. I think so. Ironically, we played before this tournament. We did a practice game.
Right. And even in that game, like I won, but it felt to me very close.
Sure,
Like I
sure,
barely shot through your army
sure,
close.
sure. But that's the design of my list, and we'll get to my list later,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. So basically I'm playing unstoppable force and you're playing an immovable object, right?
Yeah.
Because we're basically in the opposite ends of list philosophies, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch you to death, and you are good luck punching me to death.
Mhm.
And by punch I mean shoot. I don't actually punch in this list. But the other benefit, there are two things going in favor of Dark Troopers right now, and then I'll talk about specific games in a moment. But I figure it's worth talking about the theory behind this list. The first thing that Dark Troopers have that is really unique is the pass token rule is based off the number of units and not activations. And so because I have only what do I have 9 units, despite the fact I have 12 activations, most of my games I get a pass token, which is really good on turn 1.
I love
Like
that.
really good on turn 1.
It's unintended in this new version. They're gonna get rid of that.
Sure. I don't know if it's unintended because
The pass mechanic wasn't around in the first edition of the
but
game.
they wrote the pass mechanic after Dark Troopers were already
Yeah,
existing.
I think it is intended because you're paying for the points, right? It's
And
it's
you
in the,
are
it's in the
paying
points.
like
Yeah.
a ludicrous amount for these guys
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
I
Like,
wouldn't say
points.
ludicrous. I think they're priced perfectly because they hit
I-
like a truck. They have good survivability. It's just
Okay,
you
so
don't take a lot in the list.
for the price of 2 Aquas, you get 1 Dark Trooper.
Yeah, but the
Survivability wise,
the aquas don't hit harder.
they
So
hit about
that's-
the same.
That's
They hit.
no,
They
they
hit.
don't. I
They hit.
disagree with you 100%
So
on
they've
that.
done the math already. They hit as hard as a full ARC Trooper squad without the aim. So on average, just that first shot is just an ARC Trooper full ARC shot with no aim. You hit that number. They've done the math already. The only thing that makes the arcs hit harder is they have an aim to follow that up.
Yeah. Well,
So
here, I mean, I'll
realistically, if
just
you
I'll
gave
just
them
do
an
the
aim
math
from
right
a
now.
Kalani,
On
they would
average,
be on arc level.
at range 2, Darks are doing 5. What is the full boat for a full Aqua squad? Anybody know off the top of their head?
Yeah,
Red,
it's
it's
three. It's with the heavy, it's 3 blacks, 3 whites, and then 2 reds, 1 white.
3 black, 3 red,
No,
two,
no, no.
whoa,
3 black, 4 whites, 2 red.
4 white, 2 red, and they surge to hit, right?
surge
Correct.
hit.
All right, surge to hit. So with the rocket launcher, darks are 5.2, aquas are 4.2. As soon as you take that rocket launcher out, the darks are only doing 3.8. So in order to be shooting better than an aqua, you have to be in range 2 with the darks.
Hold on a minute. The key thing you're missing here is the range 3 was 3 point what?
So the range 3 is 3.8
That's
versus
times 2.
aqua is doing 4.2.
But that's times 2. So the aqua's only doing
So
that
no,
once.
I'm not. Okay, again, for the points of 1 dark, you get 2 aquas. So the fact that the darks go twice in a round doesn't matter because both aquas get to shoot, right?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying is you get 2 aquas for the price of 1 dark. Yes, the aquas don't get to go twice, but there are 2 of them, right?
And they
so they
infiltrate
get to go twice.
and they move
and they
hella
shoot
fast.
better, they move farther, they cover LOS, right? So
Sure.
they are, in my opinion, slightly overcosted, right? Like not a lot, 10, 15 points. It makes a difference, right? Just like I think the aquas need to go up 10 to 15 points.
I don't know. I feel like the dark troopers are in a slippery slope where they're too cheap, they're too good.
And again, I'm not saying they don't need to be like cheap.
They're,
right? I'm just saying
they're
slightly
too cheap.
cheap.
They're in a shit faction. Sorry, Nick.
Well, they are.
So they could be great, and the faction's terrible. So I mean, it's still offset.
Right. But either way, whether or not they should be cheaper or not, as is, right? You can already fit what I said you can fit, which is not much, right? You get the 3 darks, and then you get IRG, Krennic, and Gideon. And now you might be wondering why Krennic and Gideon. Well, the answer is because both Krennic and Gideon have standby cards, which is the second key shenanigan of this list. So if you're playing against triple darks, the question is, do you move into range 2? Sure, I am going to get to shoot you first. And that is terrifying because they do actually hit hard in range 2, right? They have blast too, which the aquas don't have. So if you let the dark troopers get a range 2 blast shot at you, it's a no-win scenario. And the reason I like this list right now is because a lot of the good lists, especially Rebels, but even Gar, are based on range 2 shots. So if you want to get your sleeper cell in, great. Let me hit them first. Sure, you have a dodge. Cool. 6 hits, 5 die, or 4 die. That's still like way less dice coming in, right? So even if I don't kill them, I get to weaken them before they hit me. And the standby cards are great even on Gideon or on the IRG at times. Like I killed Vader with standbys on IRG and Gideon on turn 3. Vader force pushed one of them out and the other got to swing. It was amazing, right? Like, and actually kill him with it. So yeah, I don't know. Like it's a really cool list. It does have really fun shenanigans. But there are some, mechanics that it's just not good at, and that's scoring. I only have 9 units on the field. 3 of them only have 4 health. That's not hard to kill. So a lot of it is like I have to kill stuff in order to actually win points. So objective wise, I played stuff that are contest based. So shifting positions because I can move stuff out of the way. Breakthrough because I can just, force you to come to me and kill you. And then recover the research, which I thought you only needed to score 3 on because I can't read. And in the back of my head, I knew it was 4. But when I played JR in my first game, great segue there, by the way. In my head, I'm like only 3. So that was great. Lost that game.
That's the one with the 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top, and it's offset. I thought it was only 3 because when I played Justin, it was only 3.
Nope.
4.
Well, you can score 3 points, but you need 4 to score 3 points, 3 to score 2 points.
And with JR's list, he was at literally all 6 points by the end of the game. Like he just has that much survivability. I don't have enough kill power against him. So I think Recover's probably out. I think I put Bunker Sold in because I don't have a lot of units, but I can just murder one side with 3 Dark Troopers, right? So I think that's my new objective there. And I'm amazing at Bunker Assault. That's the one, like every game with my Vader list, I'm like, I want Bunker Assault because that's what I'm good at. So play to my own strengths.
Yep.
So yeah, first game JR was against JR, Bunker Assault.
Recover the research.
Sorry. And what was our secondary? Mark targets.
Yep. Mark targets.
I actually gave you mark targets at one point because I had already figured I had lost, so I was being greedy, but I still shouldn't have given you that point.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to say about that game?
Yeah, I don't think you should have marked targets either because they're gonna put them on your squishy guys. And honestly, I think your core have to do something. They have to be getting shot at. They have to be trying to get the POIs. They have to be running into people to stop them from moving. Something. And in that game, you had to hide them because you're gonna give me a point.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, but yeah,
Uh,
that I actually don't think that game was super interesting, all things considered. My second round was against Michael playing Rebels, and that game he had Tauntauns, Han Solo, Chewbacca, lots of fleets, and the standby card killed him. Like actually killed him. Like
yeah.
he wanted to move in, but he couldn't because I was standing there with the Dark Trooper with the standby. And at one point he's like, I'll just take it. And then I shot his Chewbacca, got
That's
him
the
down to
wrong
one health.
answer. That's the wrong answer, buddy.
Right? Like he did a really good play where he put I had one Dark Trooper on one side, he had three Tauntauns there, and so I had my last two acts, and so I'm like, all right, I'll put the Dark in the middle, and I actually just cleared up the Tauntaun side, and then worried about 90% of his army afterwards. But yeah, that game seriously, I felt bad at a certain point because it's like I'm just shredding his units, and that's the thing with the Dark is if they can shoot, they get to kill you. Especially if you're not playing undercosted units that have an insane amount of health, like I don't know, Droidicas or Aqua Troopers, stuff that's hard to kill. Third game was against Justin, and I just kind of felt bad for him because same kind of thing where he played. So we were playing shifting priorities, and one of the things he did is he had speeder bikes because he was playing Blizzard Force, and so he moved. So on the far side of the map, there was a
Yeah.
building that he hid some speeders behind. And he thought, oh, these are safe. And then I put one of my Dark Troopers out round one, and I shoot him on the second move. And so now a speeder is dead. And then he's like, all right, well, I'm going to move Vader. And then I play the standby card. And all of a sudden, Vader can't do anything. And so, and on round one, round two, he moved Vader up, hit him behind a building, and one of my Dark Troopers got a free shot on him, doing 2 wounds. Right? 2 wounds before I should be even able to see Vader.
They get rid of Implacable for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't even get to play Implacable.
You're less
right?
likely, though, when you got 2 wounds on Vader, you're less likely to roll Implacable.
Yes.
Unless you really, really need it.
What actually killed both him and Michael with this list is Annihilation Looms. I never played against CIS, but against other armies, it's amazing. I've got Krennic with Compel, and all my units I actually care about are Infinite Courage, or in the case of the IRG, have Disciplined. So I actually don't really care about the suppression from Annihilation Looms. But round one, Michael only got to move up one move with his guys, and he's a range 2 army. And against Justin, like I felt bad almost because like a lot of his core just did not get to activate. He literally did not score 2 points on shifting priorities because they were out of range of Vader. And so they rolled, got none off, or got only 1 off, and they couldn't move the score. And so whereas like I'm like, oh, I'm going to give up these 2.
What turn did you play Annihilation Looms with Justin?
2.
Okay, go ahead.
Standby was turn 3 actually. So turn 1 was, I think I did Standing Orders turn 1 because he was playing Vader. And so I knew he was going to play a 3-pip, and I'm like, I'll take the free going last, which meant I had like 3 activations after he was done. And he also, this was hilarious. So in the round 0, we swapped my green card 3 times, which the third one was Advanced Intel. And so he's like, all right, well, I got to swap off Advanced Intel. I shuffled the 3 together, and guess what I pulled? Advanced Intel. So I had pass tokens. I was going last.
Me, dude. I hate Advanced Intel, dude.
It was like, man, everything that could go wrong with Justin in that game did go wrong. But like his stuff didn't get to activate on turn 2, so they couldn't score. So like I thought, oh, I'm gonna give up 2 points on turn 2, but then maybe by turn 3 I'll catch up. Well, instead, what happened is he scored 1. No, I don't even think he scored any. Right? He may have scored 1, but like the 2 on the right, I literally just moved up one of my stormtroopers into scoring range, and then the next turn I just hid them, and I just got a free point off of Annihilation Looms. It was amazing. So like,
it sounds like the the scales are balanced for him taking that horrendous list the last month. So the Force just said, "Not
Well,
today,
I think
Justin."
Blizzard Force is a good list. It just suffers from
But
the
it's not
fact that there's only
EXGs.
one commander in Blizzard Force because you're only running Vader, which means like you don't get that two bubble thing. And the other problem with it is, well, it doesn't deal with suppression well if you're not around Vader, right? When you're around Vader, infinite courage, who cares? But if you're having to cover the entire field, all of a sudden, boom, suppression,
What was
lose
your objective?
actions. Shifting,
Okay, gotcha.
right? So he was trying to score
Shifting
the,
priorities.
and he was. I also think he tried to score the entire board, which he probably shouldn't have. But
No. You only want 3.
yes,
Yeah.
right. You want to get two, like the 2 on your side, and then take the middle. I think, but I also ended up contesting the entire board except for the far right one. But yeah, like the list is fun. I do love Dark Troopers. I painted up a set of darks just to play this list. I'm probably gonna play it again tomorrow against Daniel. So, but tomorrow will be after you posted this. So, but yeah, triple darks, fun list. Recommend. As far as where I think it sits in the meta, it's probably a good counter meta pick, but it's not. I don't think it's gonna win any tournaments. I think it's a Tempest Force situation. It'll do good if
Sounds like
you
a
don't.
good GT option. Like you could probably rent it in GT and make a run.
Yeah,
I think it's better than Tempest Force.
it's better than Tempest Force, but like Tempest Force, I don't think you can win a tournament with it.
I think
think
you can.
there's-
I think you can if by some miracle you get all your objectives. I think objective is really more important to you than
Yeah,
any other.
sure. If you're really, really, really lucky and you get all, like, again, I think like if I'm trying to prepare for Worlds, I don't think this is the list I bring. Right? If I'm going to LVO at the GT, I'd bring this. At IS champs, I don't really know. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's where I sit on it. But
Bring what you love, man. That's all.
that's
you
why I
can
brought it.
do.
I love playing Dark Troopers,
That's what I'm
right?
saying. Bring it for LVOIS. Like,
He's been a Dark Trooper believer since they dropped.
yeah, that's all I ever bring when I go to a tournament is what I love. That's it.
I just wish I could make Palpatine good. But, you know,
Why can't you?
man, the nerf just
Because he
pisses me off.
he took a hit, bro. Palp's not good.
They're like, we need to nerf Yoda Bad Batch, so Palpatine gets a nerf.
That was all about Jin. That's why they did that. She was too powerful.
Oh, I'm excited to see the
All right,
the changes to Jin,
I've talked
man.
too much. Nick, what did you play?
Oh, I played Empire.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy.
Welcome to the good guys.
He was
Oh,
trying to
'cause-
lose then. There it is. He was trying to lose.
Yeah, I was trying to lose. Yeah.
Did you do better than
Nick
last
is like,
time?
normally Rebels are bad, but now Empire is bad, so I gotta play Empire now.
Well, I'm done with I'm not playing my Rebels. I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, you might have to in May. Just keep that in mind.
No,
When,
no.
when they
you
change
make,
the points on Aquas, you may have to play Rebels in
Oh
May.
no, you're gonna make me a Rebel list, right? Yeah. No.
No Jyn Erso. No Grogu.
Well,
no
Hold
Grogu.
on. You know what would be funny is if Nick loses the bet and then Jin gets like pretty buffed up, but then Rob doesn't put him in the list, Jin in the list, so he can't play it.
Yeah, it's actually a good unit. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay, if Jin gets a buff and I win, I would be a gracious person and I would let Nick play.
We
Jin.
know she's good, but they read her potential card
amazing.
to us. No, I until we get the cards, I'm done. I'm not playing my Rebels. Yeah. So I like 3 days before the tournament, I decided I was going to play Empire. Yeah, I brought my Empire, which I haven't played in years. And so, fun fact, bringing a faction you haven't played in a long time and making a list 3 days before a tournament is not the best idea. And also making a bad list, not also the best idea for a
Well, you
tournament.
did say you were playing Empire.
Yeah, but I even made a bad list for Empire. And you were just talking about the darks needing a point reduction. I think I brought the heavy that needs a point reduction way more than your dark troopers do.
Yeah, the Gav.
So yeah, my list.
Man, I love the Gav.
My list was Veers with binoculars, Seven Sister with training, Seas, reflexes. I brought Fifth Brother with training, push, reflexes. 2 stormtroopers with T-21, 2 shore troopers with the extra trooper, two snows with R4. Shake his
Why?
head. An ATST
Why?
with Weiss and all the
No, Vice, by the
weapons,
way, but no.
Why
and then a
Weiss?
and then a Gav tank
Vice.
with with the sergeant and the DLT 19 Viper.
Abrams?
Oh, Nick.
Where's the
Okay, if
search
you're gonna bring a
pilot? What's
Gav,
wrong
at
with
least have
you?
something worth transporting.
Oh, and fun fact, since you mentioned that,
Where's the
um,
Hammers pilot? Come on, Nick.
I remembered this morning that the Gav tank has the transport
Ah,
keyword. I did not
Nick,
play.
Nick.
I did not play the whole tournament with the transport keyword. I remember this morning. I was like, "Oh, that would have been helpful in the tournament to transport some of my troops." I was
seventh
like,
sister
"Yeah."
or fifth brother? Get them closer.
Well, I
No.
couldn't do them. Only troopers and special forces, right? That was a change. I couldn't do my operatives, right? Can't transport
Oh, that's
operatives,
so lame.
right?
I forgot about that.
But that would have
I
been
just want to
helpful.
see the ATST in the back of a Gav.
It would have been helpful to remember my transport keyword. So no, I remember that this morning. That has transport keyword. So yeah, that was my list. Yes, no, it is a terrible list. It was a terrible list. Um, no, I did not do well in the tournament. I forgot my obviously I forgot transport. I forgot my demoralize a lot. I
Mm,
remember that very little. Um, I did not, oh, here was also a fun thing
oh
that
no.
Michael in my last game of the tournament was kind enough to point it out to me. Now I will say it probably actually didn't come up very often because I prepared position them most of the time, and they actually climbed most of the game. I've totally forgot that short troopers were speed one as
Oh,
well.
Oh,
Ah!
you
oh
cheater!
Ah! Ah!
Whoa! They had target too, I bet, huh?
No,
cheater.
I remember they didn't have target. So I also didn't print out any of the cards, right? I tried to look
Nick.
at I brought my old cards, but I tried to look at the new cards. I also shortchanged myself too. I also thought they took sharpshooter off Veers. I didn't play sharpshooter on Veers. I thought they took it off.
Oh,
Michael also told me that he does have it. So I also didn't play Veers with sharpshooter
did you
for
play him
my
with guidance?
So
I did play him with guidance. Yes, I did do
Okay,
Nick,
that. So I also
good.
didn't play with keywords too that I should have played with for the other two games as well.
so hold
So
on,
I was
Nick. So you played short troopers with speed two.
but
Do you feel like they could get speed two back and still not be oppressive? Like, because they
well
need speed two.
that's the thing. I don't know if anyone knows because thinking back, I was like, oh, I don't know how many speed two moves I even ever took because I was like thinking about my game with Justin. I prepared position. They were climbing on the Razor Crest up and down, so they were speed oneing. I prepared position in my second game. They were climbing up on the bunker. So I was like, oh, I'm like, I guess I probably didn't even speed to them that much, and that's why probably no one even noticed. So
Mm.
I think maybe I did it like once or twice. So that's probably like no one even noticed because I
It
wasn't
should be speed two.
doing
Speed
it.
one's
But in
criminal.
Michael,
No.
but in Michael's game, I actually did. So he saw it. So it was like, oh, you're right, and so I changed it. And once he said it, I was like, oh, of course, you're right. I remember that now. So yeah, but yeah, so I definitely forgot a lot of things as well that I was not adding my keywords in. Um, so yeah, so forgetting a lot of stuff there. Um, yeah, so it was a good day for Empire for me playing Empire for sure. Um, so yeah, so I played Justin first. He won. Um, there was so obviously you heard my list. I have no firepower. It's nothing that terrible. There was one key moment where he rushed Vader and he's playing Blizzard Force. I had one moment where Vader's immobilized. He's gonna force push a unit in. Seven Sisters there to roll the training. I'm gonna block his force push. Oh, I roll blank.
Good,
Ah.
good, good. I
and
hate that
if
card.
I would have blocked it, Vader just would have been standing there, and I could have like shot like everything into him,
Mhm.
and maybe kill him. Right? I mean, who
That's why
knows?
you had to
But
have brother there as well.
yeah, I was trying. He just wasn't there at that moment. Um, so yeah, just that was one thing that didn't go that way. Maybe something would have been a little different if that would have happened. But yeah, I just couldn't get enough shots off to kind of kill anything that was coming through. He saved okay on his bikes and couldn't kill the bikes. The Gav did nothing. The ATS did okay. The ATS did okay. I shot all my guns. So that was good. Got to show all my guns off. But I did lose that game to Justin my opening round. And then I did play Eli in the second game. I lost to Justin 11-5 in that game.
Ooh.
And then Eli in the second game. Eli was playing the Rebels. And as soon as I saw his list, I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Did he pair down? He must have.
He did. He paired down. Yeah, he paired down.
Why does the software do that, dude?
Okay,
someone has to.
There's 6 people, right?
Someone has to.
Yeah.
Why is it everyone? Yeah, whenever someone pairs down, it's always against Nick.
Yeah, I've paired up both tournaments now. Yeah. So as soon as I saw his list, he had tons of Axe, tons of Rebels, sleeper cells. So he's got way more bodies than me, way more dice.
3 sleepers or 2?
2 sleepers. So I was like, okay, like I have to he has to blank out on his rolls, right? Immediately. Yeah. If I have any chance, he has to blank out on his rolls. Like, is the white dice have to blank out for me to have any chance? First shot from the tank, 1 wound. Like, okay, that's not a good start.
Your tank did.
Yeah, I shot my first shot. My tank shoots.
Yikes!
It does 1 wound, right? Yeah. With it, he with an aim and he rolls and blocks it all and everything. So it did not go that way. Yeah, right. By middle of turn 2, I knew, I'm going to lose this game, because it wasn't like he was rolling amazing, but if I scored 5 hits, he'd roll cover, like block 2, and then roll the save and like block 2. And it's like, pick up 1 model.
Jeez.
It's like, well.
Rebels are too good. You heard it here first.
Was he very aggressive in moving?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, he just pushed everything up. Yeah, everything. Like, he just pushed everything up. And so I had
deal with this.
Yeah, I kind of wish I'd played him.
I had stuff to shoot, but like I said, and if he just would have rolled a little worse, I mean, maybe I could have cleaned some stuff up, but I couldn't. Like, there was a one shot. I shot one of his dishes, he had 3 wounds left, and I shot it, and he saved all 3. It's like, okay, like I couldn't even kill that off.
Oh, he brought a
couple dishes, yeah.
Dude, I love that.
Which was actually good against me, because I had the 2 armor, the 2 vehicles out there.
Oh, we had the Baird. What is it called? Baird Barrage.
Barrage.
Barrage generators.
And that game, actually, my Inquisitors did not roll well. They actually rolled okay against Justin. They did not roll well against him. The attack dice did nothing, and they didn't roll very good defensively either. They both died. So I did lose that game as well. Just my dice, and again, I didn't have any dice in my army, so I lost that one 12-9. So. Yeah, I mean, it was able to even score some, try to keep a little close, even with that. But yeah, he just needed to not roll. He needed to roll worse for me to do anything in that game.
You were able in any of your games to use the oblong base to double score stuff with the tank?
No,
because that base can sit between scoring points and provide scoring for both.
Yeah, what was your objective again?
In the first one, it was close the pocket, and the second one was recover the research.
That's not great for you. He can actually score that with his FDs, right? Yeah, that's one of the few that you can.
Yeah.
Yes, but he didn't. He didn't.
That's a weird choice.
Yeah.
Real quick, by the way, it's an overcharge generator that gives impact.
Overcharge, yeah. So no, I didn't with the Gav, because in both of the games, it wasn't possible with the train.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it wasn't really possible. So the Gav has that big base, but it's hard to maneuver. It's hard to maneuver around. To get positioning, right, to get in there. Maybe I could have, if I remember, had the transport rule. Maybe I could have helped get a unit out there to help score a point. But I didn't know that. I remember that. And maybe if I remembered all my demoralize, I could have put some suppression on to stop him from scoring some mutants, scoring some points. I don't remember that either. So going to the third game I played Michael. So what's funny going from my second game to third game, so Michael's also playing Rebel. He has more acts than me, he has more bodies, he's throwing more dice than me. But he did not save. And it's so funny, Jared, because you played Michael a lot, and you've talked about his white dice.
Yeah.
So Michael, if you're listening, I don't know if it was your dice or your dice tray, but burn it. Burn all of it. Burn it all.
It's literally hilarious.
He rolled nothing. I'm not exaggerating at all. I want to say 30 straight blanks. Cover and saves and all just blanks.
Yikes.
Just blanks. Just 4 dice blanks, 4 dice blanks, 4 dice blanks, 4 dice blanks, just blanks across the board. He made my army look amazing.
The Gav felt like a tank.
Yeah. So yeah, just like comparison, like Gav second game first shot 1 wound, Gav next game first shot 5 wounds. Like just complete difference. He rolled. I mean, he can blame that game on dice completely. Rolled.
Did he win or did you win?
No, I won.
Yeah,
I won. There was
burn everything.
Burn everything. There was no way he was gonna win that game rolling that way. No.
That's the dice god betrayed him, because I kid you not, every time I play him, he's always saving. And now when he's at his first tournament, I believe.
No, dude, he's been to so many tournaments.
He's done VetFest.
Oh yeah, he was at VetFest. That's right.
He's done VetFest. He's gone to like 4 or 5 San Francisco tournaments. He's gone to Bakersfield. Like he goes to more tournaments than you.
Yeah,
that's true. You're right. I don't know why, but I'm so shocked his white saves didn't save. Like
he saved nothing.
Dang.
He saved nothing at all. Even his attack dice was bad. He did he played the brains and brought the Leia Chewie combined dice shot, and he was like, he's gonna put that in my ATST. He gets to roll. It's what is it? It's 5 red and 2 white, right? Surge crit, impact everything. Rolls it. He gets 1 paint on the red and 1 and nothing else, and 1 on the white, and that's it. And like that was just it was a rough one for him. Oh, that reminds me of one thing I wanted to point out that was a funny moment for my second game when I was rolling JR. Do you remember that moment? I'm rolling my dice and JR stops me because he goes, "Did you just roll?" He goes, "Did you just roll 2 red blanks into 2 red blanks?"
Oh
and
yeah.
I go, yeah. I rolled my dice. I had 2 red blanks. I spent my aim. I rolled my 2 red dice again. It's 2 blanks.
That happened to me in our game, JR, like 3 times. I don't know why you thought that was so rare.
It wasn't red die. This is red die.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my! Red dice be tripping. I swear, red dice. You need to shape up. Well,
granted, mine are non-surging red. Yours are also non-surging red.
Yeah.
They'd be surging if you had a Hammers pilot. Why not the Hammers pilot, Nick?
He wants the aim.
The surge conversion is way better.
But it's Nick.
It was too good.
Nick, good. You never leave home without the Hammers pilot.
I'm a rebel player. I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, I'll let that one go. Continue.
Yeah. So I did win that game. I won that game 10-5 in that last game for Michael. So this tournament was exactly what I thought it was going to be. It was a protest to that we keep having tournaments before April 15th until I get my Jyn Urso. I will continue to play Empire until
Nick's gonna show up with a shirt that says "No Jyn, No Legion."
I'm like,
no Jyn, no Rebels.
There you go.
Crappy Empire lists until I get my.
I think if I do win, I think there's gonna be a Cassian Andor, and there's gonna be no Jyn.
They already
Yeah,
read
yeah.
us the Jin
Yeah,
card.
yeah.
They already read it to us.
Yeah, but you're not going to get to play with it.
They're not changing Aquas. Oh my gosh, you're not gonna get to play with Darks.
That's fine.
Oh,
I'm okay with
6
that.
riots. Give him 6 riots.
You're gonna play with a Gav tank.
I actually own one too,
with
unfortunately.
no Hammers pilot.
Yeah. So let me end with that. Let me end with that. That Gav tank. That has to be one of the worst units in Legion.
Well, I just hope they buff it.
That thing could be 90 points.
Ooh, really?
Yes. So not only does it throw nothing in terms of dice,
6 dice isn't nothing.
It kind of is.
I mean,
well, keep in mind, 6 dice. Hold on, 6 dice isn't nothing.
How many?
Wait, real quick,
he also
how many dice no Hammers pilot?
Aqua shoot?
Yeah. So and
Like
also consider
9.
this. Also consider
9.
this. It's not just about that. It's about the fact that this unit is so low
Height
that
challenge.
it's so impeded by terrain that it can't get over things, it can't get around things that even an infantry model can. That it can't shoot at things that infantry I could not get to things to shoot at that any other trooper unit could just, I'll just get on top of that building and shoot something. Right? So my options were so limited in what I could even do with it, right? Just in the game as well.
I feel like you would have had
They need a new keyword for it, like all terrain or something, to make it go over stuff.
You don't even need a new keyword.
Did the Gav you just said it, right? The Gav was more effective on your third game because you played on the Rob's table, right?
I mean, it was more effective just because he rolled blanks.
Well, I mean, mobility wise, was it easier mobility wise or no?
A little bit, sure. Yeah,
makes sense.
But even then, it doesn't do anything.
Sure.
I mean, if you want to compare it to the other heavies that are out there,
yeah.
and what its points are.
I mean, is the lat better than the Gav? I feel like the lat and the Gav are in the same.
Yeah, a lot. No, I think lat's a lot better.
Sure, the lat and Gav are similar, and the Gav is 25 points more.
Yeah.
And the lat's only 100.
The lat has better weapons too. Like the lat actually doesn't shoot terrible.
So okay, make the Gav 100.
Doesn't it surge? Does the lat
It does not.
Up?
It does not. And you can't actually fix it either. So
yeah, I mean, I guess I'll say this. I mean, maybe that's too many points, but I'll tell you this. I mean, no one's playing it, so it's definitely needs something. And I just played 3 games with it, and it was crap.
It's too bad.
It was terrible.
I'm taking Gavs now. I'm taking Gavs now with Hammers pilot.
Do it.
I couldn't kill an FD laser dish in like 3 shots.
When Nick is saying it's bad, that's saying something because Nick loves bad units and not even the Gav.
He does because he didn't take the Hammers pilot. He made it bad.
Even with the Hammers pilot, it was not doing anything.
Yikes.
Who are your commanders again?
I took Veers. And I took.
I don't understand. Like the Hammers pilot on a Gav and give it the aim from Veers. Like that's a good. The Gav is solid with the Hammers pilot. The Hammers pilot makes a heavy.
Not for the points. Not for the Gav points. Like there's better options.
So here's my gripe, and you guys can disagree all you want. I hate that retroactively the way you fix units is in points. I hate that, and here's why. You gauge these points based on what you think the thing is worth. Example, the ARF rocket is never going to be taken, and I don't care what point value you give it.
0.
My thing is, instead of
I'd take it for 0.
Just fix it.
Okay, so you're going to take a less optimal thing
0
on a unit?
It's free. Why wouldn't you take it?
It's free, yeah.
Well,
because it's not optimal. You're taking a weapon you can use for 4 turns. No. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
My thing is, instead of doing points cuts, points reductions, points increases, how about you rework the card and make it worth the value that it
Sure.
is.
I'm totally cool with that as well. I'm good with that. You could rework
Yes.
the card. So I'm and this is why I went to points because that's usually easier. And this is also why I said points. The points did not change from 2.6, right? It was 125 before, it's 125 now. And it lost its transport capability and it lost its full armor. So
But
why
that's why I
didn't
said give it. That's
yeah,
why I said give it a new keyword. Give it a
yeah.
keyword. All
Or
terrain. All
So
or
terrain.
more
This
dice or
vehicle can now go
something.
over or through terrain. Give it
I
Something.
all terrain.
Sure.
That's
I
it. A
honestly
keyword. Now it's worth its points.
I honestly like what AMG said, and what they're doing is they rather decrease or raise points, because if you change the card, now people have their cardboard that does nothing.
Yeah.
But
I
here's also their thing. They
yeah.
want you to go print and play anyway, so the cardboard don't fucking matter.
But it
But
matters to you.
yeah, but even
So
then,
here's the thing,
even
it does matter to me, and cardboard matters to me so much that if they did a new Gav every rendition, I would just buy it from Etsy. No harm, no foul. I'm gonna buy that cardboard anyways. But my thing is, you can't make the argument
You know you
that
wouldn't. No, you
you don't
wouldn't.
want to
I
change.
disagree with you. I disagree with you. You wouldn't buy it.
Yes, I would.
I guarantee you won't.
Why?
If they rendered the Gav every single day, you would not keep buying the cardboard for it.
Okay, okay,
I
let's
got
no,
the
stop.
no, no,
yes.
There's
no,
I've
wait,
no
bought.
wait,
I've
wait,
point.
bought.
wait,
Hold
wait,
on.
wait, wait.
I've
There's
bought
no
three
point in that
versions of
extreme.
Thanos and MCP. Three
I,
Thanos
I'm
cards.
just
So
saying.
don't tell me that.
I'm
No,
just
no, no, no,
saying. When
no.
you keep saying you're gonna
You're
do something, I could give you a scenario where you're not gonna do it.
Okay, but
Sure,
when
but
it comes
that's
to
not
cardboard,
useful.
when it comes
Sure,
to
sure.
cardboard, something I'm very passionate about. Yes, especially when I say make the changes worth the points. Make the changes worth the points. If like to me, the HH12s from Empire are useless even at 16 points because you only get to use it
Zero.
for four turns. Dude, that's just JR wanting to fucking be abusive.
Oh,
What
my
I'm saying
gosh.
is, what I'm saying
Yeah,
is,
Jose, in the
here's the
language
thing.
today is
You're
spicy.
you're sorry. You're talking you telling me Zero is the same guy who wants points reductions in CIS. So take that and shove it where sun doesn't shine, JR.
Whoa,
I'm
okay.
being I'm being realist here. Make the units worth what they are in points. If the HH12
So,
is not worth the 16 points that's printed on it, then take off cumbersome or whatever keyword. I think it's cumbersome, and now
yeah.
essentially you might be more willing to take those
Well, if they
that
took off
HH12.
cumbersome off that, it would be the best heavy in the game,
No, no, no.
right?
But what I'm saying is take cumbersome off all the RPSs, and then you'll see them because you're asked to pay X amount of points for a unit that you can only use for the 5 turns of the game. So
Okay, so
make the
here's
points,
here's here's
make
generally,
the
right?
value, not the points. Like I hate
I
that. I hate that.
fundamentally, it's a lot easier to change points.
Right.
Like there's
Easy
no, you
fix.
can't argue it's easier to change a unit than the points, right?
Mm.
So like starting off, I think changing points makes sense. Like I would also
Mhm.
like to see some stuff get some fundamental changes as well. I think there are a couple changes, even with the recent stuff, where it's like that is not how I would have changed that.
What do
Um,
point changes now do? Point
point.
changes
Okay,
all.
so Jose, the reason points changes work is because you can only carry so much stuff with you into a game. And
Mhm.
so think about recon intel. At
Yep,
5 points, I was putting recon intel on every unit in a list. Was
that's
that
fine.
good? Probably actually not, right? But it felt worth doing. At
Mhm.
8 points, all of a sudden, just 3 points, it's like, oh, that's too expensive. I'm only gonna do it on like this one super special unit, on this one super special list, right? Like the only time I can think it's worth it is like Death Troopers on an Iden list, right? So that they can turn one tack strike, be in range, and get to recover. Something like that, right? Where I have a
Mhm.
specific reason I'm using it. And so
Okay.
the point changes matter a lot.
Okay, so here's my
Because
counter to that.
real quick,
You mentioned
it
good.
just it allows you to take more stuff than you otherwise would, which makes your list generally better. And even if
Okay.
it's only a small amount, like 5 or 10 points, particularly on something you can take a lot of, it all adds up. Like if you take 5 points off of a gap, let's say that's not enough, but all of a sudden you can now get improvised orders on Veers, or you can get this other thing or this other thing, and all of that stuff adds up.
A good
So
example of
my
that
my
is
counter my hold on. My counter to points changes and points increases is all you players end up doing is taking advantage of those cuts.
yeah,
Yeah,
And
that's the
and
point.
that is the
and
point.
That's literally the point.
okay, but when I say take advantage of the cuts, I mean like for instance, the biggest example I'll give
And
is
to be
it's
clear,
probably hold on, wait. I let you talk. It's probably like an easy target, but it is what it is. By increasing the 800 to 1,000 points, you did nothing but let players take stuff that was already good and take more of it versus
That was
bringing
the
up the
point.
stuff bringing yeah, but bring up the stuff that nobody's taking because of certain keywords that are limiting. Like for instance, nobody plays a Gav. Cool. If the Gab was viable due to a keyword restructure, then maybe we'll see more. Instead, we're gonna not play with the Gav, we're not gonna play with an ATST, and we're gonna take a bazillion other things. That's the whole point that I dislike is instead of making the things worth the value they're meant to be worth, you just decrease here and there, and people don't play with them anyways.
So what
You
Okay,
can
keyword?
so
decrease.
What keyword would you give the Gav
it
to
I
doesn't
make
already
matter,
said
JR. It
all
doesn't
to make
matter.
it a
terrain.
125? I'm just curious. What
All
keyword would you
terrain,
give the
all
Gav?
terrain. I would love a keyword that says all terrain. This vehicle can ignore height,
It does
and
not fundamentally fix the gap. It
it
fixes
makes it
one
yes.
thing that annoyed
No, no,
Nick.
no, no, no.
It does not
The
fix the
problem,
gap.
no, no. So why it fixes the gap is is the same reason why it would fix like the ISP. The as somebody who plays Gav and plays the ISP, the reason you don't bring them is terrain will deadlock you. You are fucked if the sorry Nick, feel very passionate about this, but you are fucked if the terrain is terrible. On the tournament that me and Grayson played, if I had a Gav or an ISP, they're not doing a goddamn thing because of the terrain. So if you implement something like all terrain, where this unit keyword can now let the Gav go over terrain regardless of height or go through terrain regardless of impassability, it opens up the flexibleness of this unit, which the drawback is terrain can fuck it. The same thing as ISPs. The
Okay.
terrain can fuck it. So if you added a keyword
I gotta
that makes
demonetize
those
this
things
one, guys.
the
Yeah, for real. Jeez. We're getting
the
E on
keyword,
Spotify.
if there's a keyword that makes the value of the unit worth it from an aspect of this is all it needs to make this thing worth its points, then you can forego a points cut because you feel like a points cut needs to happen because the Gav is worthless right now. But if the Gav has a keyword that makes it worth its value, you no longer need to do a points cut. And here's the other thing: you're still gonna print on a print and play or a piece of cardboard a number or a keyword. And when you look at the when you look at the new cards for Legion, it's not like they're full of text. Half these cards have two things in a big old block, so you can do that.
So wait, so wait,
Okay,
wait,
okay.
wait, 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 wait. So going back to the original question, the reason I didn't bring the Hammers pilot was because I didn't have any order control on Veers to hand out aims because I took all Fifth Brother and Seventh Sister cards. So
Okay.
all my orders were going to be on Fifth Brother, Seventh Sister. So I didn't have any orders on Veers. So I was never I was never able to pull Veers like before the tank or after the tank. So I never was able to guarantee to get Veers aims on anybody. In fact, I only like spotted like twice in the whole
But why
day
did you bring Veers then and not a different commander?
because I
Okay,
like
okay.
Veers. I like Veers.
But the whole
Veers
point of
has
bringing Veers is to give out the aims with the control.
so the rule when I play Empire is I have to have either Veers or Callus in my list. There's no
Should to
reason
Callus.
why.
Should to
There's
Callus.
there's no reason why. And it doesn't have to work in the
Well, Veer's is
list.
actually a great choice with an ATST because you can give him a standby.
Oh, he forgot that too. Look at the face. Look at his face.
You gotta play Empire more.
All right,
Come
Nick.
on, Nicholas.
I don't
Oh,
care
yeah,
that Nick was trying to divert us, by the way.
Oh yeah, because I have guidance. Oh yeah. So
Fundamentally,
did I mention that I put very little
yes, you
thought
did.
into
Yes.
playing Empire?
Real quick, though, I know you tried to divert us back. I don't care. Fundamentally, Jose, no matter whether or not they change points or keywords, players that are trying to play competitively will find the better option or and again, it's not even the best option. It's the better option that's like this much better. And they will play that over the other, whether it's because it's cheaper in points or because it has better keywords. The problem with changing keywords is it is a lot more difficult to gauge the actual effect on gameplay when you change a keyword rather than
Because
points.
players are too stupid to read the book
Okay,
and
okay,
play
okay.
in
No.
practice.
Did I say for players?
We're gonna go in circles. We're gonna go
I
in
mean for
circles.
AMG.
We're gonna go in circles here.
Well,
We're gonna go in circles.
Well, we know they can't
actually-
play the game. We've seen it on
Okay,
live stream. It's
okay,
not
okay.
comments.
Actually,
That's
I have
not fair.
something. I have something to bring up, kind of related to this. If we can.
Yeah, we
stay-
can pivot because Jose's
we
wrong
get-
as always.
Then let's just yeah.
No,
move on,
Rob's
move on.
butthurt as always.
Let's
Continue.
move on.
Something related.
I say
to-
no. Let's put a vote. All right.
Okay, hold on.
Hold
in
on.
Just
the
said
comments,
he was
say who
okay
you
with
think
mine.
was right.
Something related to this I wanted to bring up because I thought it was interesting. But you have to clean up your language, Jose.
Sorry.
Um,
I
that
get
was
passionate about this.
that
dude.
was brought up in a
This is what
recent
Jared wanted. Passion about Legion from me, and
that
he's
was
getting
brought
it.
up in a recent interview with AMG that they mentioned, and it was kind of related to what you brought up too, JR, about the command cards, and maybe seeing less command cards on heroes. And the Wills from AMG talked loosely about how, and I'm paraphrasing, not their exact quotes, how they talked about, having more heroes in your list with less, bringing less command cards for each hero and having a more varied command hand, 1 or 2 command cards from each hero, right? Which kind of maybe is going down more that road that, a hero might only come out with maybe 1 or 2 command cards because they think, you will bring 3-4 heroes in a list and have a command card with, a bunch of command cards with a bunch of different heroes. And I thought that was interesting that they brought that up as the direction that they thought list building would go.
If I remember correctly, when they were talking about that, and we're paraphrasing, is their problem is that they feel like a lot of characters feel like you have to bring their command cards, which is true, right? Like if I'm looking at a list and I'm thinking, oh, boss could be good here, and I'm like, I've literally numerous times gone, oh yeah, but I can't fit his 2-pip or his 3-pip, so he's not really worth 105 points. He's really like worth 60, 70 points because I'm not getting the most out of him. And so they said they want to make the command cards less good less always good and more situational, which I'm not quite sure about. Well, I kind of like command cards being good.
Well, I didn't quite get that from that. I kind of got the opposite a little bit. I kind of got that they were going to be more impactful, but
well, no, they said they want to put more of the power from command cards into the base kit of the unit, which is good, right? But I think having the command cards is an interesting aspect of the game you have to think about.
Sure. Is Bosk even worth bringing if you're not bringing his command cards?
No, and that's a problem to them.
So then you don't bring Bosk.
Interesting.
Then you about that question.
Interesting, you got that from. I kind of got the opposite, that they would put more power in less command cards instead of spreading it over 6 command cards.
They might have said that as well, but they also overall said that they wanted command cards to be less impactful to the game, is what I understood.
Well, let's look at the ones.
Weird.
Hold on. Let's look at the ones that they've come out with only 1, right? Bad Batch. We do what we
amazing.
do.
Is it?
That's amazing.
I like
that.
I'm gonna
stupid.
Okay,
good.
hot take here. Yes, it's a good command card. It's not game changing. It makes them do what they do slightly better.
It can be.
So from a Rebel player, it's a good command card.
Oh, it is a good command card, but like compared to some older cards, right? It's no implacable.
So do you ever see a Bad Batch unit in Gar or Rebels taken without that card? Because I think the grading of whether a card's good or not is if it's something you cannot leave at home. And if every Rebel or Gar player is bringing that command card, then that is a staple of that is a must take. I need it. Game changing command card.
Okay, so now let's go Devil's Advocate. Sunfax card. Horrible. Trash.
But Sunfax's terrible.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go even further. Let's go
Poggle.
His 2-pip is really good, but that's only if you're spamming, B-Notions. But other than that,
well, no, because his 4-pip is really good if you're spamming B2s.
Sure.
Right.
No, but
that seems in line with what they're saying though, because you have 2 really good cards, but they're situationally good.
them.
Right? You wouldn't
Yeah.
bring them in the same list with one another.
Right.
But I don't know if we're seeing their theory even put to work yet necessarily.
What do
Because
you mean?
Well,
well,
Bad Batch, clearly it was.
well, maybe you could say that. Sure, we could maybe say that with Bad Batch because I would argue that they haven't shown me that they have created, at least now I'm going to speak more maybe from a rebel side, but you could think maybe for your own factions. They haven't even created 3, 4 heroes that I want to take. So,
Well, they haven't made anything for Empire that I'm
so
interested in.
right now,
Yeah,
if right
you
now
got
if I'm going to make
guys
a
coming.
if I'm going to make a super competitive list, why would I pay 90 points to bring Cassian when I could just bring a sleeper cell?
Yeah,
Like
that's
there's no
fair.
point. There's no point, right? So
Well,
if the idea is you're going to incentivize me to bring 3 or 4 heroes, so I bring in a list, they need to do something.
Well,
but yeah,
what if they're
but
not?
Oh, and I guess they made Gideon and
but
Dark, so
that's
I
what
guess
you
they do
said.
play that.
That to go with what you said last time, Nick. Like, where's your incentive to bring four? So if the command cards aren't cracked, what's the incentive to take 4 heroes? When, as our last podcast, you said, what are 3 dice and 2 dice attacks going to do in these blobs? So
Yeah.
there's already no incentive to bring heroes. Why would I bring 4 heroes when I could bring two
Well,
heroes
fundamentally,
and
there's just
something else that shoots better? Like, you just
well,
need
yeah,
crack
because
command
fundamentally,
cards. So
heroes need bigger dice pools in the game. Like
Yeah,
fundamentally,
but
Or they
like
need to do something more, something different,
I
something
think
else.
honestly,
sure.
I think Rob is right. I think they're making command cards to make them situational because Pogo's a good example of like if I'm running a bunch of Geonosians, that turn of that 2-pip is huge. That's very
Yeah.
impactful, but very situational, right? And then Pogo's 3-pip, if I'm running B2s, another good situational card that's very powerful for running B2s. And his 1-pip is kind of hard to do, but it's powerful if you can make the right situation. I think they're more or less going to do that because they did also say that they're going to change how many commanders and operatives you could take. And if I stand corrected, in each faction. So like maybe in Rebels you could take 5 commanders, but in CIS you could take 3 now
Hmm.
because they
But
did
what if
mention
that
that.
takes away from Shadow Collective? Because that's Shadow Collective's thing is they can take a lot of commanders and operatives. My thing is I think
Well,
we'll get more of a hint when
Shadow
Jin.
Collective's thing is
Oh,
being really bad at the game right now.
we'll get Jin's perspective. We'll get a perspective when Jin comes out because they're reworking all 3 of her command cards. So if all 3 of her command cards become bangers, then that's really not
I bet
proven
she's
that
only going to have one
Why?
Really?
Why would they take 3 to 1?
because look at how powerful they hinted at her card being. I think she's only going to have one.
hopefully,
Oh.
hopefully it's
No.
Hmm.
2. Hopefully it's 2.
Yeah, potentially. But I maybe like I said when a while back ago, maybe commanders still get 3, but operatives only get 1.
Well, she's an operative now too. Didn't they say that? I want to remember she said they was an
Uh,
operative. I could have swore they said she was an
if,
operative.
I
if
don't
they said she's
remember.
an operative, then I'm gonna say she's only gonna have 1 command card.
I still might have that note in my phone. I could have swore they said operative.
I bet you anything that's what's gonna be 1 command card, but she's gonna be really good. I mean,
Jen?
independent
Yeah.
standby. No wait, independent move is good.
But then her courage bubble's not going to be good unless you take the
Aspire
upgrade.
presence, aspiring
Yeah,
What's
presence.
her
that's
courage?
It's
3.
3.
3.
Yeah, it's
That's
3.
scary, bro.
Yeah.
But you can't use the courage bubble of the operator unless you
Oh,
take
she's an
the
operative?
Yeah.
operative.
Well,
If
Oh,
yeah, if she
okay.
they're
changes,
hinting. I think they're hinting that she's. Well, Nick said that it might
if
be
she
an
is an operative, then her
I
courage bubble is
I
null and void.
maybe I'm crazy, but I could have swore they. Yes, I am. I'm like 99% positive she said operative because I remember liking it, but then not liking it because my operative spot is already very full.
Yes, you did say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they said
So
she was an operative.
But if
Hmm.
they're saying you could take more, I mean, then it doesn't matter.
Yes, that was the other thing we speculated.
But I mean, if Rob is right, that's kind of direction you want them to go, right? Is you
Yeah.
want them to go better unit card, less
Mhm.
command card. And I agree with you, Rob. I do like the chess play of command cards, right? But I'm kind of cool with them going the direction they're going now because then I'd rather have a powerful unit on the board, and then my command cards do a situation that I might need. Because like my LVO list was all banked on that 2-pip, right?
Yeah.
I needed that turn to
Well,
turn out really good.
and I don't think a command card needs to be game changing. I'm going to win the game every single game, right?
Right.
Like But it's nice when you have command cards that do stuff, you know?
Sure.
Like one of the things I was worried about with my list from this weekend is like a lot of the command cards seem kind of bad. Now, when I actually played the list, I felt the opposite, right? Like all these command cards felt good, except the one pips both kind of like eh. Except, Krennic's is good order control, but um I think ultimately, like command cards should feel like you were doing something completely crazy, completely different, like change the dynamic of the game, you know? And that's what all the good command cards do.
That's how you win a game, though. Like,
Yeah, is your command card should be a determining factor in whether or not you win or lose.
but didn't you just say they shouldn't be like that?
No, I said that they said it. They shouldn't be like that.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, no, they should be like
if
that.
they go in that direction, do you guys think that they're gonna start removing command cards?
No,
No, no, no, no, no,
no.
No,
no, no, no,
which is
no,
why I
no,
don't
no.
think Jin will lose command cards if she gets
Yeah, I
redone.
don't think
Yeah,
she's gonna lose command cards either.
yeah. I thought they said they hinted that they still had their three.
Like the box that's coming with Tarkin and what's his name, the four
Tag,
lieutenant
Thrawn,
the four
and
lieutenants. Like I could see that box having four command cards, but one specifically for each guy. I could see that happening. But
Well,
as
so
far as
okay,
like a
so
strong unit coming out, like a new unit coming out, like it's hard for me to say that they like
so real
Han,
quick,
like Han
Jose.
and Luke on Tauntauns. Like I could see them having one or two cards because you'd be able to use their other cards. But when it comes to like a brand new unit, it's hard to say three. Just I don't know. To me, it's hard to say three.
So just real quick, as a reminder, like all of their new boxes are going to have multiple things in them, right? So like that Imperial pack is instead of selling Thrawn and the other guy and Tarkin and I forget who's in the box,
Tag.
right?
Tag.
Tag. Instead of selling them all separately, they're going to sell them in a box, right? Just like how Vader and Veers are in one box now. It's still two units, right? It doesn't change how many command cards those units get. They're just no longer selling individual stuff
I'm just
anymore.
saying by their theory that you guys said. I haven't seen the interview, so I'm just based off what
Well,
I'm
no, no,
hearing
this
from you
is well, no.
guys.
What I'm saying is like
By
it
by
won't
that I'm
affect how many command cards those units get, or it shouldn't.
but I'm saying by what I'm hearing from you guys, I'm saying I would not be surprised if it
Yeah, if they
did.
if they came with less, if everyone's not
If
coming
they
with
each came with
three
one,
anymore. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, if
yeah.
yeah,
Thrawn doesn't come with like game-changing command cards, why are you bringing Thrawn? Like,
he'd be the perfect unit to be like all my game changing stuff is on my card. He's the perfect
yeah,
unit for that.
but who knows?
So
We don't
yeah,
get
we'll
to know
see.
until 2026 because Empire doesn't get anything this year.
Bet you're gonna be happy
No,
when they land
you.
though.
So so maybe that unless you guys are done, that probably brings to the other thing I wanted to mention.
Go for it.
Um. So
Well, before you do,
okay.
does anybody want to hear how I did in the tournament? No. Okay.
Oh,
No,
All
that's
right.
right.
Go ahead,
I
Nick. Go ahead, Nick. I'm just kidding. I'm just
that's
kidding.
no,
that's
nobody
right.
does.
JR
You
also
won. We know
played.
you won. All right.
There
That's
was
right.
somebody in
Cheated.
photos, but it didn't look like JR. Just saying.
That's right.
No,
JR
you
also
should
played
probably
in the
talk about your list at the
tournament.
very least, huh?
JR also played in the tournament. That's right. Okay, let's go on to the next topic. All right, let's see here.
No, I just give a couple shout outs.
No, no, no.
Number one,
I want you to tell people your list because it's really
I
Well,
will.
interesting.
I will. I will.
let Nick finish.
No,
No,
I
go
He
was
can
ahead.
close it
Go
out.
ahead.
I
Go
was gonna
ahead. Go
say
ahead.
as much crap as I give Nick, I love your tables. I really do. I think you do make the best tables out of our local area,
Oh,
because
Not
like
last month.
I've always been talking about no, I've
This
always been
month was
talking
a
about
vast improvement, and it
how
was a tag team
how
operation there.
maps need to be dense, and this is your two tables. Even yours, Rob. I know that Edward did that one. Like the density of them is just perfect for gameplay. Like hiding your units, being able to
hmm
make certain chess plays. I loved it all. Anyways, moving on. Um, so my list is very much what Rob said. It's just an unmovable wall. How many wounds can you get through before I just went on POIs? It was General Grievous with aggressive tactics, prepare supplies, improvise orders, and endurance. Three B2s with the ACM, three Droidicas, two Aquas, both with the heavy Aqua droid, and then one of them has emergency transponder. Two Magna Guards, both with the whip, and one of them has comms relay. And the whole strategy of this list is get into position and just soak up the damage, right? It has damage output, but not enough in the sense of like you got to kill things. I mean, you can in this list for sure, but you got to be in that position to begin with. And my whole strategy in every single game was just save my Jordicas for last, have them roll to a POI, set up for the next turn to just start shooting and just survive, and that was it. So pretty self-explanatory. That's what I did in all 3 games. And you know,
And Droidicas are a great example of how just a little bit of a points reduction,
you
all of
know
a sudden,
I didn't want to add fuel to the fire, but Jordica, you're right. Jordica is a great example because when they came out, they were 100 points, and they are now at 60.
But they do not have the moving issue that the other mentioned models do. So we can add that also.
So that's
Once
sure.
fine.
But
again,
let's
We
stop
won't.
there.
Yeah,
Let's stop there.
we won't go into it. So yeah, so this list is just has a lot of wounds to it, and just soak up damage and get to where it needs to get to. So pretty much. Anyways,
You had,
we can move on from that.
you had
back
You
more.
to
want
what
to talk
you were
about any of your
saying, Nick.
games specifically,
You had
or
more of a strategy than I had, JR.
I mean, if I'll go briefly into the games against you, Rob. Our practice game, just kind of put me into perspective of your list. I didn't want to face you head
yeah, I
on.
regret playing that.
Yeah, I didn't want to face you. So I was so happy when we got recovered the supply. I was just like, okay, I just need to take over 4 and just weather the storm. And that's what I did. Against Justin's game, Justin made a play that is questionable, but I really did like. He infiltrated Vader and burst his speed and was able to force push Grievous into him at the very end.
That's so
But
wild.
then next turn, because that would
Jedi
have gave him an
Hunter.
immobilize. No, so next turn, he goes with Vader right off the bat, takes a standby, and then that gets rid of the mobilize.
Oh,
So I'm just like, interesting. Really wanted Grievous to smack Vader because Jedi Hunter were finally procking a game. But the smart play is what I did is I withdraw, and then he proc standby. He was gonna go attack Grievous, but I reminded him that they changed the charge rules, so he just moved Vader into closer to a POI, which he wasn't in POI range, and he played Fear and Dead Man this turn, and then Grievous moved again, and then everything else just lit up Vader, and Vader died.
yeah.
Yeah.
And in your list, who cares if they
Yeah.
die?
Yeah,
Like, who
I got a bunch of
cares?
wounds on a lot of things, but you're right. I didn't care. Like it was just Vader down for the count. I did one thing in hindsight. I didn't think about this until after the game. Hindsight 2020. He did kind of what he did in your game. He put the bikes behind a building to kind of flank.
Hmm.
I honestly think he needed to put them in the middle behind a building. They was putting the snows because they needed to start contributing to the fight turn 2, which they didn't contribute to the fight till turn
I
3.
I just think fundamentally bikes in normally right now they don't survive. And so there's the philosophy of like put them in a little bit later in the game so that then they're actually alive when all the stuff is dying. But against your lists, you're not worrying about the bikes dying. You're worrying, can I get enough wounds in?
Sure.
So he needed to have the I agree. He needed
Yeah.
to have those bikes hitting on round 1.
But honestly,
Right?
that's why I think the bikes rule, all bikes rules are in the right now Legion is I need a first, last. No,
Yeah.
last first every
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah, I know what you
You
mean.
know? Yeah. And then my game against Eli, first time playing him, I was really kind of scared of his rebel list because he out activated me. But he kind of got too close with the sleeper cell, and I lit him up with aquas, and there she wrote.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. Those are my games.
Cool. All right. What was your other topic, Nick?
All right, because we're gonna wrap up here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm?
yeah, yeah.
We're
This is
wrapping
it.
All right. So Adepticon's in 2 weeks,
Yep.
right?
You're
We're gonna have
going.
we're gonna have one more show for Adepticon.
Yep, that's the plan.
All right. So next show, I have a homework assignment for you.
Ooh.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no.
I hate
All right.
homework, but okay.
All right.
I
So
graduated late, Nick. Homework was not my thing.
they've shown us some things. We know some things that we're getting this year, but they are going to show us if history is any guide. They are going to show us some things that we do not know of. They're going to show us some things we have not seen that are brand new that we have no idea about. So I want you to start thinking about what that is, and we're gonna come back with some predictions.
So do we all have to have our own prediction?
Yes.
I only have one.
All right. Well, I don't want it
Cool.
yet.
Okay.
Save it.
All right.
Save it. All
How
right.
many do you want? Just as
Yeah.
a list,
You
or
want us to have
three,
like
two, top
one
three?
thing to predict, or do you want us to have like a category of predictions?
I want one realistic, and you can have one crazy. How about
Okay.
that?
Ooh, I like that. I like the craziness.
Okay.
All right.
We're getting another mall. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
My crazy prediction is
Spider leg
and the
mall.
podcast.
All right, guys. This has turned out to be another long podcast, but that's okay. We're all having
Because I'm
fun.
here.
Um,
I'm long-winded.
Another shout out we're gonna give to Jacob is again April 12th and April 13th at Intergalactic ConQuest. The first April 12th is gonna be at LVOIS. So if you want to join that, that's from that date. And then the teams is gonna be April 13th. So make sure if you guys want to go to those, sign up. I'll have the links in the description. And then lastly, April 5th is our other Legion Lads tournament that's going on. So if you want to come take first place for me, be there or be square.
I applied for IS, but who knows what LJ will say.
LJ, if you see this, is this not an IS? You owe me a beer. That's
just for points. Just for some points. Just for some points.
Anyways, any last words?
Extra Gav.
The AMG is going to announce.
Don't prepare for tournaments. It's overrated.
I think based on what you said, you should prepare for tournaments, but sure.
No, don't prepare. I changed my mind. Don't prepare.
It's overrated.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for joining me. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you later.
Yeah. Point changes are better than changing units.